will never be another video as big as this one, at least for the foreseeable future. All of the comments where you guys said I was baiting, that I was stretching all of this, I was reaching for all of this. I knew that this stuff was going on. I simply couldn't speak on it, and I was waiting for the announcements to come out. It is true. Imperial Hal will be leaving TSM. He will be going to play with Zer0 and co. So let's dive into what just happened, what just made the announcements, and also what effect will this have. So firstly, it came off to say Imperial Hal is parting ways with TSM. You can watch the entire thing down in the description below if you'd like, but here's basically the gist of the video.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Imperial Hal here, and I want to let you guys know that I'm leaving TSM. You know, to put it as blunt as possible, it had nothing to do with money, it had nothing to do with contracts, it had nothing to do with TSM management. It felt like, you know, there was a change needed. I understand that people will be like, you know, it's one bad LAN, blah, 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 one bad performance. There's no reason to be so sporadic, make a huge move. Competing for TSM, you know, ever since the beginning 5 years ago, just an honor. Being signed to TSM in the very beginning, I knew that there was like a high standard when joining the team or joining the org, I guess, in general, because I used to watch a bunch of League of Legends and I knew, you know, they were all, you know, just champions every single season in NNA. So I felt like I had, you know, the need to win as much as possible, right?
They did say, I want to go ahead and preface this, TSM said that they would be back soon for Split 2. So let's talk about that. Firstly, they came out to say the greatest of all time. Thank you, Imperial Hal, and his departure video. They also said Hal was the center for over half a decade with a competitive success for TSM, collecting trophies and earning the Black and White a world championship, and words are incapable of expressing our appreciation for him, his work ethic, and his dedication to TSM over all these years. We will always be fans and wish him the best in his new chapter of his pro career. We'd also like to thank our fans for showing us so much support in LA during ALGS Split 1 playoffs. And listen to this, it was incredible to see you all in person. We can't wait to be back with you soon for Split 2. So does that mean that Reps and Verhulst will be staying around? It definitely makes it seem like TSM is going to stay around in the Apex scene and not leave like some others had suggested as well. Also, we did get the confirmation of who Hal will be playing with. So yes, it will be with Zer0. Yes, it will be with Jin Burton. He came out to say, I will be teaming with them moving forward. I've already said a lot in the video that I retweeted, but I want to thank TSM and everyone that has played alongside for me and believing in me. I will remember these last 5 years forever, but it's time to go on to a new chapter. Many people had also questioned, well, who will be the IGL? And from what we've heard, and we already knew this, Zer0 will be the IGL, and I told you guys that Hal would be kind of transitioning into a fragger type role. Honestly, I think that the roster on paper will be crazy, but I do worry if there will be any kind of conflict. Now, another thing to note here, now that it's kind of out, let's go ahead and start talking about some more things. So what's going to happen with Raven? Obviously, Raven has been around the TSM camp for quite some time. Well, I'll let you know that it has been discussed that potentially, and I'm not saying this is happening, this may have been shut down pretty quick. It is definitely not out of the realm of possibility that Raven could have looked to join in with Hal and maybe co-coach with ZZ. And the reason I say that is because I've been hearing that many questions are out there about there being two coaches on stage at LAN, or maybe even asking, you know, what's the rules on this? Could we have more than one coach? And just in general, Apex is a type of a game that really likes to invest into their staff. So analysts and coaches, you know, they're really starting to put more money into this. And so an organization that wants to pick it up definitely could pick it up. Now, one of the bigger concerns is you start to look at Raven, one of the best coaches in the game, and how one of the biggest creators and players in this game, and also DarkZero being the world champions that they are and playoff winners that they are. I mean, you're starting to get to a very hefty dollar. Can DarkZero even afford all of this? Now, in general, you're going to get a lot of your questions answered today, and that's because scrims are coming back, and so a lot of these rosters will finally be trialing with one another. It looks like they're not going to be trialing. I mean, why would you need a trial Imperial Hal? Of course, there's already so much to be said about him, but you have Sykes coming out as well and say, wait, I'm getting dropped. Like, what is this? Like, you know, what's going on? So, of course, we already knew Sykes was probably going to, you know, be out of this equation, considering it's going to be Zer0, Jen, and Hal. Would Sykes stay on as a sub? Would Sykes move on to another team? I really doubt that. You know, Sykes obviously is a guy with a high caliber. He probably wants to be on a team where he's going to be starting. I can't imagine that he would want to sub, but I know he's going to make any other roster better. So I think so anyways. So I'm excited to see where Sykes does go. Also, you have Native coming out. We talked about this earlier in the day that Native apparently was going to be looking for 2. Rambo said that he had basically been moved out of his positions and then Lux was gone. He might be trialing with the old Optic team. Well, now Native seems to be playing with some other people. Urice and RKN on the scrims today. I'm not sure if this is going to be an official roster. Of course, it could just be playing around, having a good time. It may be, you know, actually trying to cook something up. Klain came out to say, really appreciate the snake crap that you put us through. Me and Lux are both in better situations now, and I'm sure you will do great. So very interested to see what was going on in that camp all along. Definitely seems like there was some drama behind closed doors. Also, we talked about Tech being back. Where will he fall in all of this? I think the biggest thing we're all waiting for is what's going to happen with Reps. What's going to happen with Verholst? Will they still stick together with TSM, or is TSM going to go a new direction? Will Reps retire? Will Verholst go somewhere else? Not 100% sure at the time of recording. Of course, nothing has come out, but we'll keep you up to date over on our Twitter page and right here on the YouTube channel. What do you guys think of the new DarkZero roster or the new Imperial House Zero Jin Burton dynasty? Will this be a dynasty? And how do you guys think that this will all fall into place? And I just got to say, for all of you that doubted, for all of those comments that said I was reaching, I was baiting, just allow me please to say, suck it. All right. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And until the next time, later, Gators.